NSFW, what fetish did you have until you tried it? Not mine, but a guy once asked to taste his own cum. I always like to please, so I give him a blowjob and he's getting close. I asked him if he was still sure and where he wanted to finish. He very directly told to keep it in my mouth and then let him taste it. Okay then. So I kissed him and let him have it. There was like a second of OMG this is nice to when he actually tasted/swallowed and was like shocked and gagged. He was like WTF that's so awful. And kept on going EWW and wanting to spit it out. I couldn't help but laugh. We both ended up having a pretty good laugh about it. Lol. Really cool of you to indulge his kink and not judging. Eating food off of her naked body. Turns out her cooking was just really good. Ended up just getting a plate and sex after. Edit. Thank you for my first award, stranger. So, you had some good fucking food. Saying my name during sex. She said my whole fucking name and it sounded like I was at the DMV. Oh god. Until the IE, hers. In the end, my GF and I have the same name. On one of our first encounters I moaned practically my own name and I needed a minute to get over it. Turns out, this shit really weirds me out beyond a sexual scope. So basically, it's been 10 years of hey man. Exhibitionism. We both wanted to watch and show off, so we found a local club. But once I went to give my partner head and was surrounded by all these dudes jacking off 2 inches from my face. I just wasn't what I expected. We ended up leaving early because I felt really gross. In self-respecting clubs people who watch are strongly advised to give the players space. And lots of it. One I used to frequent had a 3-foot rule. Basically if you could stretch out your arm or leg and touch the people, you were too close. It's 6-foot rule now, you know. COVID and all. Safety first. My GF was really into the idea of being pissed on and in her mouth. So I thought why the fuck not? I'm down to try everything once. So we got in the shower. Did some foreplay then she started blowing me. So I just kinda awkwardly went, do I just pee whenever? And she said yeah. So I went full blast and I've never seen someone face go from aroused to disgusted so fast. Not into pee not into pee she yelled as I'm unloading a very tall glass of beer I had earlier all over her. Needless to say we haven't tried it again. This made me cry laughing. Thank you internet stranger. I always had a slight thing for biting, which I guess is more of a kink. IDK. I'm a boring person when it comes to sex anyways. However, I quickly found out that being on the receiving end kinda sucks. I have no idea why my ex loved it so much. I totally get like normal love bites, but my ex wanted me to bite the hell out of her, and I was always so afraid of hurting her lol. I mean, way after we broke up I learned she is into knife play though, so I guess she's maybe just a masochist. She is into knife play panicked EMT noises. Panicked lawyer noises. Happy lawyer cashing noise. I was into like bondage for a while. It was a lot of fun until my GF and I started going to dungeons. She discovered that she loved it and I, not so much. I tried being a dom for a friend we made through it, but I was insanely bored just spanking a stranger. Turns out I just like it when it was us being intimate, but she liked it except for when we did it. So I broke up with her after she had a foursome at a dungeon the day after my birthday. She had a foursome at a dungeon the day after my birthday. Talk about a slap to the face. No, that happened to her. I confessed myself, and well, really liked the idea of someone else fisting me. Turns out it's a lot nicer when you're the one in complete control. Also possible that my ex just sucked at it. He just wanted that sweet falcon punch. Or a double while yelling Hadouken. I always thought it would be hot to give someone a foot job. It was not. Trying to stay balanced on my ass while looking sexy and making sure not to scratch him with my toenails. No judgment for foot fetishists at all. But foot jobs are one thing I will simply never understand. My first serious girlfriend, whom I lost my virginity to, had a rape fetish. The first few times we smashed were pretty vanilla. But then she told me that she wanted me to pretend rape her. I thought it would be dangerous and thrilling, but I just couldn't get into it. She kept fighting me off. So I'd stop, and she'd say, "Why the fuck did you stop?" Not for me. And I had a similar experience, while not as far as rape. She did kinda like me forcing myself on her, but like, she kept resisting, and it got to the point of, "Do you want this or not?" LMAO. I think having experience with safe words and them actually being used helps a lot. I couldn't get into that normally, but definitely could if I'm able to genuinely trust the safe words will be used and know they're still into it. There's not much I'm not willing to do if it's safe and consensual. Bondage. Turns out if you have claustrophobia you should probably not get tied up. Started panicking really badly until my partner realized I was freaking out for real, not playing. That's why you use a code word / gesture. We use our old assistant manager's name. We met at work. Instant turn off thinking of that goofball. I can't think of anything worse than being some couple's safe word. It could be your safe word too for the right price. Exhibitionism. Almost got arrested. I did get arrested and almost ended up on the sex offender registry. Lol. Tell us more. Hot wax / the heat is fine, but when it cools / shrinks and pulls on my little hairs. Nope. Edit. Thank you to the 45,000 people who all gave me the same advice. Lol. You need specific sexual wax, not a Yankee Candle. Edit. You're welcome op. A spanky candle. Sex outdoors. My wife, then girlfriend, and I had one Christmas where teenage hormones made us decide to do it in a field. It was cold, uncomfortable, and we both had the post-orgasm clarity of why the fuck did we think this was a good idea. When I was maybe 17, I had sex with a girl on the edge of a small river. We were both a bit tipsy and ended with her losing her balance, grabbing onto me, and pulling both of us into the water. Not enjoyable. Reminds me a few years back me and an ex decided to fuck at the top of a 60-foot waterfall. The wind was a lot stronger than we anticipated and neither of us could get into it with the thought of a long nasty fall not more than 2 feet on either side of us. Darwin denied. I did bondage one time and it wasn't done the right way. I laid on my stomach with my feet tied to my hands behind my back very tight with shopping bags so I couldn't move. I had something stuffed in my mouth, I think a sock, so I couldn't speak. The guy then teased me by taking a knife and bringing it very close to my eyes and throat. I was flat out terrified. We were close, so it was all in good fun, but never again. Knife play is not beginner BDSM. Holy cow, does it really get any more hardcore than deadly weaponry? Shit, I'll be back. I forgot my medieval war era pike at my place. I'll be back. Don't get dressed. My first award. Thanks stranger. You aren't doing it correctly if you don't show up in full plate armor as well. Bonus points for bringing a squire. Bonus points for bringing a squire. Initially thought you said squirrel, not squire. Was typing a squirrel, not joke, but now I'm just chasing windmills. My husband said he liked to try dirty talk. We tried it. He didn't feel comfortable calling me a whore, slut, etc. Got flowers and breakfast in bed the morning after. FYI, dirty talk doesn't have to be degrading. I would absolutely hate being called any of those things personally. I'd encourage giving it another try. Just start by describing what you're going to do to each other. Be pressed close up against each other and feel hit and heavy, but just describe what you do, not even anything out there. Just how your regular sex goes. First I'd feel you over your jeans. When you start getting harder I'll unzip your pants, etc. If you have trouble with the sexy voice not feeling silly, just whisper it in each other's ears and you'll get there. Escalate to actually doing things when you both feel like it. Build from there on future encounters if you both like it. The whole dirty talk means calling her a nasty bitch and telling her to sit on my dick thing is overhyped and not the only way to dirty talk. Just one kind of dirty talk. Specifically for if you also have a thing for being called those things and he has a thing for saying them. And I believe people thinking this is supposed to be universally sexy is a big reason guys on dating apps are so extra aggressively sexual and demeaning. They think women in general actually like it. Wow. This is what I had in my head. This is what I read in fanfiction. Just talking about sex and sexy stuff. I once asked my boyfriend to talk dirty to me and he very seriously said he didn't think he would be into that. I was disappointed, but ah well. A year later we both realized we had very different ideas of what dirty talk meant. He thought I meant I wanted to be degraded when in reality that is very far from the truth. I guess I learned a few things from this Reddit post after all. Someone linked that one Reddit comment about the guy who thought he was into scat until he had a shitty realization. OMG, that shit was gold. Seems like that shit in particular was not gold, but okay. Can't wait to see this on YouTube with a robot's voice. It will be like listening to Stephen Hawking reading porn. Yes, 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 yes. Oh baby, you are performing in an exceptional manner. Yes, yes, yes. Repeat that last action several more times in succession. I thought that getting tied up and blindfolded would be awesome. Getting tied up is panic inducing, and not being able to see is fucking boring. See, I love being blindfolded. Makes everything else way more intense. Go figure. See, no, I don't. Backstory, the Rocky movie, where he's punching a cow. I had a fantasy where I was a cow. Not that the fantasy had anything to do with Rocky, or cows in general. This is just to visualize what was going on. It was more like an interrogation scene. Basically, strung up with my hands tied above my head and some dom working my torso with punches and kicks. Had a friend I trusted who is interested in the other side of that. And we happened to be at a fetish club one night that had the gear that we needed. So we said fuck it. A broken rib and bruising from head to hips. I'm in no rush to repeat that one. Sounds utterly miserable. I mean, boo. I thought it would be hot to have a slave girl. Girl showed up and put on a collar. Alician. Nothing else. I didn't know what to fucking do. Like, I couldn't actually be demanding. Suck my fucking dick, bitch. Please. If you want to. I'm sorry I called you a bitch. Apostrophe. Please. Pretty please. With a cherry on top. Canadian BDSM. Rough sex. Like, being shoved against a wall and forced to do everything. I thought I'd really enjoy that. But I honestly found it boring. And it turned me off super quick. I'm sorry, but he tied you up with shopping bags. Lol, reply fail, but still. So shocking it deserved its own comment. Honestly. I'm just here to find out what I shouldn't try in bed. Well, a lot of stories here are due to poor communication, not the thing itself. The real lesson here seems to be to always use sappy words / gestures, explicit go / no go lists, and have a trustworthy partner or partners. I had a knife fetish, and I was a masochist the first couple of times trying it was good, because my partner knew what they were doing. But then my next partner tried to do it, and they thought I was going to like it, when they stabbed through my whole hand. I had to go to the hospital and I now have hemophobia, blood phobia. Must have been a weird conversation with the doctor. I have a knife fetish and, well, we thought we'd take a stab at it. If I'm that doctor. I burst out laughing once I hear that. I always liked how shiny latex looked. I then tried on a latex condom. Dick was on fire, swollen like a corpse in water, and it didn't go down for hours. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I learned I have a latex allergy. So latex gets you hot and bothered? Your juice is flowing? Latex is just an itch you can't scratch. You had really come up with a couple of those, huh? It's harder than you think. I thought that nipple play would be fun, but it just hurts, and it is not fun. Are you male or female? Your comment made me wonder if nipple sensitivity is the same on both genders. I'm a male. It would be interesting to know if more men share your discomfort. Dude here. Nipple play does nothing for me. GF tried it and it just feels like touching skin. Oh well. Orgasm denial / edging. I thought it'd be this OMG amazing thing to let yourself build up so much. But it turns out coming is always more fun than not coming. Lol. I'm amazed at how many guys are into edging. Why would you not want to come? The more you edge, the better and better it feels. I got to a point where I felt like I was having many orgasms every time I gave my poor guy a stroke. Legs shaking and all that. Then I was bummed out when I came because it just felt like a somewhat normal orgasm. Denial makes you even more sensitive, to the point where it's like a constant stream of pre and then some. Then there's the submission aspect of it, if you're into that too. And edging with someone else always feels amazing emo. I dunno. That's why I like it at least. Everybody's got their own reasons lol. Pair it with prostate stimulation and it's /U0001F90C. LMAO for some reason your comment looks some sort of surreal meme. https://www.reddit.com/user/suffix099/comment/jtt3//wjat/UTM_SOURC=SHARE and UTM_MEDIUM=IOS_app and UTM_NAME=IOSSMF. For me. Licking warm honey off her. Surprise. It's really sticky and kind of gross. My friend likes licking honey off of computers. It's not sexual in nature at all. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos.